Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. Write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Shout out to Elijah. Oh, this marker doesn't work. Shout out to Darlette. Shout out to Jayla. Shout out to Donna or Dana. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Allison. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Neon. Shout out to Memphis. Thank you, Jayla. Shout out to Jayla. Shout out to Madison. Shout out to Jeremiah. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? How's everyone doing? Write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Shout out to Mimi. Thank you. Shout out to Jasmine. Thank you. Shout out to Hashim. Shout out to Griffin. Shout out to Ariana. Shout out to Lucy. Shout out to Isaac. Shout out to Preston. Shout out to Diego. Shout out to Isabella. Shout out to Clayton. Shout out to Rachel. Shout out to Malia. Shout out to Haley. Shout out to Christian Castro. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the live stream. Shout out to Carter. I live stream every day around the same time as this. Shout out to Josiah Ragland. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Josiah Ragland. Shout out to Nico. Shout out to Taria. Taria. Sorry if I mispronounced her name. Shout out to Bella. Shout out to Caitlin. Thank you. Shout out to Sandy. Shout out to Julian. Shout out to Crystal. Shout out to Elena. Shout out to Olivia. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Ariel. Shout out to Rylan. Shout out to Richard. Shout out to Joshua. Shout out to Yassine. Shout out to Nicholas. Shout out to I Don't Know. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Elodie. Shout out to Oliver. Shout out to Riley. Shout out to Oakley. Shout out to Geo. Shout out to Daisy. Shout out to Amir. Shout out to Jackson. Shout out to Mariana. Shout out to Livy. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Grace. Shout out to Brianna. Shout out to Genesis. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to Max. Shout out to... Oh no, I can't. Sorry. The live stream goes fast sometimes. Shout out to Joshua. Shout out to Caleb. Shout out to Michaela. Shout out to Crystal. Shout out to Jaya. Shout out to Juju. Shout out to Emmeline. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to... Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Elijah. Shout out to Jose. Shout out to Caleb. Shout out to Siren. Shout out to Diana. Shout out to Carla. Shout out to Nevea. Shout out to Scarlett. Shout out to Lorenzo. Shout out to Manon. Shout out to Husna. Shout out to Sharky. Shout out to Nolan. Shout out to Annalie. Shout out to Garden. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Elise. Shout out to Ambria. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to Yassine. Shout out to Robert. Shout out to Kira. Shout out to Austin. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Miller. Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Azal Badri. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Parker. Shout out to Damaris. Shout out to Penny. Shout out to Christian Castro. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Quincy. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Blessings Alumi. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Monroe. Shout out to Jared. Shout out to Harley. Shout out to Boone. Shout out to Victor. Shout out to Kimbry. Shout out to Zainab. Shout out to Blessing. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Moses. Shout out to Danielle. Shout out to these people. On to the next page. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the live stream. I live stream every day around the same time as this. Thank you so much for being here. Also, thank you for your patience. I know I don't write the fastest, so I appreciate your patience. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Check out my channel. It's Nest DIY Corner. I post other content. I hope you can check it out. Shout out to Christian Castro. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Claire. Shout out to Brody. Shout out to Milani. Shout out to Rome. Shout out to Lazarus. Whoopsie, I messed up. Shout out to Manon. Shout out to Haven. Shout out to Aurora. Shout out to Bentley. Shout out to Omar. Shout out to Kaisen. Shout out to Yunche. Shout out to Emma. Shout out to Dasha. Shout out to Emma. Oh, I already put Emma. Shout out to Shelby. Shout out to Megan. Shout out to Markellius. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Clarabelle. Shout out to Warner. Shout out to Anna. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Avery. Shout out to David. Shout out to Franco. Shout out to Jace. Shout out to Christian Castro. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Joy. Shout out to Brianna. Shout out to Ruby. Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Taylor. Shout out to Lupita. Shout out to Cadence. Shout out to Jaden. Shout out to Ellie. Shout out to Melinda. Thank you for your patience. I know I don't write the fastest. I'm so sorry if I haven't gotten to you. Shout out to Tristan. Shout out to Zari. Shout out to Mindy. Shout out to Annalie. Shout out to Stephanie. Shout out to Brendan. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Louisa. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Briella. Shout out to Gavin. Shout out to Freddie. Shout out to Catalia. Or Catalea. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Selena. Shout out to Tegan. Shout out to Annika. Shout out to Abigail. Shout out to Aaliyah Brewer. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Nomar. Shout out to Naranjan Singh. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nomar. Thank you, Naranjan Singh, for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Christian Castro. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Alize. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Christian Castro. Thank you so much. Shout out to Queen. Shout out to Maddox. Shout out to Lennox. Shout out to Ivana. Shout out to Malachi. Shout out to Daniela. Shout out to Christian Castro. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Zayden. Shout out to Brandy. Shout out to Jellybet. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Yoonjin. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Juliet. Shout out to Abia. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Dragonborn Dude. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Charles. Shout out to Landon. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to Cat's Eye. Shout out to Moonlight. Shout out to Moonlight. Shout out to Dragonborn Dude. Shout out to Joanna Franco. Shout out to Lara. Shout out to Emily. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Yoon Jin. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Emery. Shout out to Savannah. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Caroline. Shout out to Marcus. Shout out to Macy. Shout out to Anaya. Shout out to Sun. Shout out to Autumn. Shout out to, yes, go ahead, no more. You can put someone. Shout out to Emma. Shout out to Jillian. Shout out to Brittany? Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Ivy. Shout out to Leia. Shout out to Bang Chan. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Adina. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to David. Shout out to Maddie. Shout out to Quinn. Shout out to Marlo. Shout out to Helen. Shout out to Lexi. Shout out to Josie. Shout out to these people. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. On to the next page. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the live stream. I do shout outs every day around the same time as this or a little bit earlier. Also, thank you for taking the time to write your name. I truly appreciate it. Your support means the world to me. So thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. I also post other content. I hope you can check it out whenever you have free time. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Adora. Shout out to Tiara. Shout out to Asura. Shout out to King. Shout out to Katie. Shout out to Titus. Shout out to Genevieve. Shout out to Samantha. Shout out to Queen. Shout out to Charlotte. Shout out to Arena. Shout out to Jonathan. Shout out to Caleb. Shout out to Ashlyn. Shout out to Kiasha. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Dash. Shout out to Lizzie. Shout out to Stray Kids. Shout out to Skylar. Shout out to Aurora. Shout out to Chevelle. Shout out to Riley. Shout out to Dominic. Write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Shout out to Memphis. Also leave a like. Shout out to Devin. Shout out to Logan. Shout out to Ainara. Shout out to Gabriel. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Joseph. Shout out to Lino. Shout out to Jasmine. Shout out to Clark. Shout out to Maddie. Shout out to Randy Duran. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Amara. Shout out to Frankie. Shout out to Malachi Scott. Shout out to sorry, the live stream goes a little fast for me sometimes. Shout out to Victoria. Shout out to Kim. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to Civilized. What was it? Civilized. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Leonella. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Abigail. Shout out to Macy. Shout out to Madeline. Shout out to Tegan. Shout out to Madison. Shout out to Victoria Lalonde. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. Shout out to Cecily. Shout out to Maddox. Shout out to Ryder. Shout out to Spua. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Tails. Shout out to Victoria Lalonde. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Yuri. Shout out to Luna. Shout out to Jeannie. Shout out to Tanner. Shout out to Dolores. Shout out to Cameron. Shout out to Althea. Shout out to Katie. Shout out to Denver. Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Finn. Thank you for your support. And thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Lover. Shout out to Izzy. Shout out to Diego. Shout out to Solomon. Shout out to Ariana. Shout out to Logan. Shout out to Paisley. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Kirk. Shout out to... I live stream every day around the same time as this, or a little bit earlier. Shout out to Harper. Shout out to April. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to Sienna. Shout out to Athena. Shout out to Maribel. Shout out to Carrie. Write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Shout out to Roseanne. Shout out to Hilario. Shout out to Delilah. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to Kareem. Shout out to Levi. Shout out to Kinley. Shout out to Lillian. Shout out to Regina. Shout out to Suhei. Shout out to Lamont. Shout out to Jada Pearson. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Anissa. Shout out to Neymar. Shout out to Karina. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Shout out to... I'm so sorry, the live stream goes really fast. Shout out to Samantha. Bye, Nomar. Thank you for stopping by. Shout out to Bailey. Shout out to Janine. Shout out to Sophie. Shout out to Marley. Shout out to Andrea. Shout out to Mina. Shout out to Vivian. Shout out to Shayla. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to It's Serena. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Serena. I kind of messed up. Let me write it again. Shout out to these people. On to the next page. Please like and subscribe. Let's try to get to 200 likes. We're almost there. If you're enjoying the live stream, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for being here. I truly appreciate it. Also, check out my channel. It's Nest DIY Corner. I post other content as well. Shout out to Charlie. Shout out to Oreo. Shout out to Elijah. Shout out to Shayla. Shout out to Honey. Shout out to Zayn. Shout out to Kayla. Shout out to Candice. Oh wait, what was it? Candice. Shout out to Paisley. Shout out to Jaden. Shout out to John. Shout out to Maya. Shout out to Bella. Shout out to Autumn. Shout out to Valerie. Shout out to Liam. Shout out to Dale. Shout out to Harmony. Shout out to Danae. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Josiah. Shout out to Ralph. Shout out to Carla. Shout out to Tarek. Shout out to Alexada. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Nathan. Shout out to Trenton. Shout out to Xavier. Shout out to Allie. Shout out to Melissa. Shout out to Aisha. Shout out to Iris. Shout out to Penelope. Shout out to Kat. Thank you for subscribing and happy birthday. Shout out to Harley. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Cynthia. Shout out to Amelia. Shout out to Kiana. Shout out to Walker. Shout out to Carissa. Shout out to Peyton. Shout out to Jeremy. Shout out to Eliana. Shout out to Caleb. Shout out to Alyssa. Shout out to Allison. Shout out to Brave. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Isabella. Shout out to Daniela. Shout out to Melina. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to Rena. Shout out to Sion. Cyan. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. We're almost at 200 likes. Shout out to Lay. Shout out to Lisa. Shout out to Virat. Shout out to Miles. Shout out to Oliver. Shout out to Mayana. Shout out to Absolutely IDK. Shout out to, whoopsie, there we go. Let me move this up. Shout out to Aubriella. Whoops, I don't know how to spell Aubriella. Oh, there we go. Shout out to Grace. Shout out to Winnie. Shout out to Ashton. Shout out to Ishleen. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Haley. Shout out to Ariana. Shout out to Savannah. Shout out to Hope. Shout out to Molly. Shout out to Malia. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Christy. Thank you. Shout out to Mel. Shout out to Gray. Shout out to Cohen. Shout out to Serenity. Shout out to Jules. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to Kamani. Shout out to Caitlin. Thank you. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for 200 likes. Thank you for your support. Shout out to Damien. Shout out to Zeke. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Esmeralda. Shout out to Delilah. Shout out to Maddie. Shout out to Johnson. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to DeAndre. Shout out to Paige. Shout out to Raven. Shout out to Zachary. Shout out to Joshua. Shout out to Anna. Shout out to Jamal. Shout out to Camila. Shout out to Ali. Shout out to Mosque. Shout out to Joy. Shout out to Ivana. Shout out to Mika. Shout out to Hi Kai. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Dominic. Shout out to Christopher. Shout out to Jet. Shout out to Caroline. Shout out to Aria. Shout out to Kayla. Shout out to these people. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Also subscribe. I live stream every day around the same time as this. On to the next page. I'm so sorry if I haven't gotten to you. Thank you so much for your patience. Also, thank you for being here. Your support means the world to me. So thank you for taking the time to be here. Check out my channel, it's Ness DIY Corner. Shout out to Dare Me What to Do. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to, is it Angelo? Thank you for your patience. Shout out to Peyton. Shout out to, is it you, King? I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Thank you for your patience. Shout out to Skylar. Shout out to Claire. Shout out to Celeste. Shout out to Mira. Shout out to Isabella. Shout out to Janelle. Shout out to Betsy. Shout out to Ruby. Shout out to Taylor. Shout out to Ashton. Shout out to, excuse me, shout out to Gianna. Shout out to Lalita. Oh my goodness, I messed up. There we go. And shout out to Leo. Shout out to Genesis. Shout out to Mateo. Shout out to Liam. Shout out to Brianna. Shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Oliver. Shout out to Andrea. Shout out to Sander. Shout out to Lamira. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Porter. Shout out to Mai. Shout out to Xander. Shout out to Jael. Shout out to Dora. Shout out to Elise. Shout out to Sienna. Shout out to James. Shout out to Antonella. Shout out to Cave. Shout out to Roberta. Shout out to Violet. Shout out to Liam. Thank you. Shout out to, is it Yana? Ilana? I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Prithak. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to, is it Hanukkah? I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Furkan. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Thank you for your patience. Shout out to Brantley. Shout out to Ledger. Shout out to Elijah. Shout out to Munson. Shout out to Johanna. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Valeria. Shout out to Genesis. Shout out to Hayden. Shout out to Irfan. Shout out to Ruben. Shout out to Athena. Shout out to Chanel. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Adrian. Shout out to Brent. Shout out to Melly. Shout out to Rose. Shout out to Harley. Shout out to Bradley Haney. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Vanessa. Shout out to Hank. Shout out to Gooberhead Tay. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Lana. Shout out to Bailey. Shout out to Rachel. Shout out to Dogman. Shout out to Daria. Shout out to Serenity. Shout out to Kason. Shout out to Bradley. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Weston. Shout out to Marco. Shout out to Walker. Shout out to Maverick. Shout out to Damika. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Jalen. I think I messed up your name. How do you spell Jalen? Jolene. I'm so sorry. Or Jolene. I'm so sorry. I messed up your name. Shout out to Yusri. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Let's try to get to 300 likes. Shout out to Michelle. Shout out to Deja. Shout out to Amelia. Shout out to Evie. Shout out to Aria. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Stephanie. Oh my goodness, I messed up. Shout out to Camila. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to Damelia. Shout out to Drew. Shout out to Esther. Shout out to China. Shout out to Isabel. Shout out to Arisbeth. Shout out to Billy. Shout out to Michelle. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Allison. Shout out to Luca. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to Charlene. Shout out to Ezra. Ursa. Sorry. Shout out to Ursa. There we go. Shout out to Alejandro. Shout out to Isaac. Shout out to Noel. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Adriana. Shout out to Emily. Shout out to Alexa. Shout out to these people. Shout out to these people. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the live stream. I live stream every day around the same time as this. Also check out my channel. I post tutorials like these for birthday cards and greeting cards. If you're interested, please check it out. Check out my channel. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. I also post other tutorials like this. If you are interested, please check out my channel. It's Nest DIY Corner. I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.